Hello everyone, John Joker 12 back again with another review. Now today I'm reviewing the latest of DC Animated Universe's direct-to-video releases, which is of course the newest Batman movie, Son of Batman. Now before I get started on my official review, I like to point out a few things that a lot of people have been putting out. Seeing as how Son of Batman was put out for an official download uh, several weeks ago. This is kind of late, because people and fans of Batman have already put out their reviews of this film, and that's all nice. But I don't know. I just wanted to put out my own review, before it officially gets released, and I do support that everyone not just download it and just officially go out to stores and buy it on Blu-ray. But before, and also, I also like to point out that from other reviewers, they've pointed out, well, critics and reviewers have pointed out that it's not very a well done story. Like it's not very close to what the source material is, because of course the movie's based off the Grant Morrison storyline of Damian Wayne, which is of course Batman and Son. But I just like to say, like, even though it doesn't follow the story closely and it has additions, like Nightwing instead of Tim Drake, and has you know Deathstroke, which Deathstroke's nothing has nothing to do with the story, and has various other things going on with it. It's still an enjoyable film, and it's Son of Batman. It's not Batman and Son, and it's not Batman and Robin. It's Son of Batman. It's its own thing, and I do appreciate it trying to be its own thing, even with it trying to be revamped and follow the new 52 version of these characters. But nonetheless, let's get right down with this review. Basically, I really enjoyed this film. I mean, like I had a lot of expectations from this film. That when the trailer was first released, I was psyched for this film, and I can honestly say that as much as I enjoyed this movie, it still has a lot of flaws that I didn't like. The first thing is the opening shot is of course the League of Shadows. Ra's al Ghul comes to the picture and he's like teaching Damian Wayne and Talia about the future of the League of I keep saying League of Shadows, the League of Assassins, and saying that it's his birthright and that eventually all of this will be his and he will one day rule the world and whatnot. And it keeps going on from there, and that's all cool and interesting, but I don't know, I kind of feel weird how Ra's al Ghul was presented in this film, and I also didn't like how the League of Assassins was presented in this film. It felt kind of weak in my opinion. I mean, Ra's al Ghul, even Batman was surprised how Ra's al Ghul was presented in this film. I mean, like there's a certain point where the League of Assassins is breached and they're under attack by a fellow League of Assassins, so to speak, and they're just like in all-out war together. And essentially, Ra's al Ghul comes face to face with Slade Wilson, who's apparently a protege from years back, and was supposedly supposed to be, his successor. Of course, that was until Ra's al Ghul met the Batman, which is, of course, a classic storyline in and of itself. But I don't know. Deathstroke is one of my favorite characters. I've already said my piece on Deathstroke on my YouTube channel, so obviously a lot of you already know how I feel about him. But I don't know. I kind of felt Deathstroke was underutilized in this movie, just like Ra's al Ghul. Like Ra's al Ghul, I think came out not looking that well. I mean, I like his voice actor. I really appreciate that they got good voice actors to play these characters, but I don't know. Ra's al Ghul was really just underused, and the way he was presented was crappy, and he dies in this movie, and he doesn't actually come back, which is really surprising. I mean, I do appreciate the violence in this movie. They definitely don't shy away from the insanity of the League of Assassins and death and all that nonsense. But I don't know, it just came off short in my opinion when it came to certain things. in my opinion. But after the League of Assassins is under attack, Talia al Ghul obviously decides that she must have her son put into hiding, and of course goes to Gotham City. And then that's where we get into Gotham City. Batman's on a case. Obviously, he's trying to take in Killer Croc, who of course is doing Killer Croc type shit, trying to fuck up shit, trying to steal stuff, and essentially this all-out battle goes underway between Killer Croc and Batman, and I do appreciate that. It is cool and all, but I don't know. I think it could have been a lot cooler the way they presented it with a lot of things, and I do like the biggest thing that I really liked about this film was the introduction of Damian Wayne and also the conversations that Batman and Talia have. Like it's kind of funny. It's like Talia knows Batman. She knows everything about Batman. She knows who Batman really is. But for some reason Batman still has the need to, even in the private moments of their conversations, still has to be Batman and look like Batman. I just really appreciate that. Like the whole movie could have been all about their relationship. I could have been down with that. Fuck it. Like as much as I like Deathstroke, fuck him. Like the whole movie could have been predicated on the fact that Talia has this humongous relationship and need to be with the Batman, and the Batman has zero interest in that. And of course, you bring in Damian Wayne, and it's like, what? I could have been down for that. But the whole scene was really well done. Like I said, I could have had all that and a bag of chips. But essentially, Damian Wayne's introduction and how Batman finds out he's his son is pretty well done. I do like how it follows, the storyline of Batman and Son. It is pretty well done. It is what it is, and Damian Wayne, I know a lot of people have been giving him shit for years, because of his representation in the comics, but I do give credit to writers and creators for Damian Wayne, because he is the complete opposite of Bruce Wayne. He, even though they have similarities, and even though it is his son, he has a different upbringing than Bruce Wayne. Even though they obviously have a lot of similarities, they're kids who are born with privileges that nobody else has. Bruce Wayne was born into, the Wayne Enterprises, rich, super rich family across the world, and obviously Damian Wayne was brought up by Ra's al Ghul, the Al Ghul family, and League of Assassins and whatnot. So they do have similarities, and I really liked it. I do like how Damian Wayne rubs people off in the wrong way. It's kind of funny, his interactions with characters like Alfred and various other characters, and it's just pretty funny. I know a lot of people don't like it, and everybody's like, God, I can't stand this fuck. But I kind of like it. It's kind of fun, especially how Bruce Wayne is kind of trying to think of of a way how to play father, but at the same time play mentor, which is really cool because obviously Batman's the ultimate mentor. He's trained multiple Robins, multiple Batgirls, and of course created the Bat family. But this is the first time he's had to deal with not only a kid that he considers to be his son, but his actual son. So I really like that relationship. They could have went more in depth with it, which I appreciate what they were able to accomplish, but I wish they could have just did a little bit more with it. As for the follow up of that plot, the subplot of Deathstroke trying to take over League of Assassins and use Ra's al Ghul's idea of having Kirk Langstrom, Dr. Kirk Langstrom, develop man-bats to essentially take over the world or whatever. I think that kind of fell on his face, and it does fall on his face in the movie. But I don't know. I think the writers didn't do a good job at developing that subplot. Of course, the main story is Batman learning Talia hid this child from him in the relationship between Batman and Robin, aka Damian Wayne. But the whole subplot of Deathstroke, I don't know, fell to the wayside. I mean, I do love the epic fight between Deathstroke and Robin. Like, the whole time they're fighting, it's amazing, but I don't know, like, his whole story and his whole, like, him trying to accomplish those goals kind of are weak, you know? Like, if you're going to have Deathstroke do something epic, do it how the way they're doing it in, like, on Arrow or something. Like, have him do it, like, epic, badass. I mean, like, he has the League of Assassins on his side. The League of fucking Assassins. Fucking have him do something epic, man. I mean, I know this is a short movie. You know, it's not like a full like 90-minute or like summer blockbuster film, but I know it's a direct to video, but Jesus Christ, if you're going to have Deathstroke take control of League of Assassins and try to take over the world based off Ra's al Ghul's idea of using man-bats, fucking do it epic. You know, the way they presented it was really weak. So that's something I really didn't like. But another thing that I really, really like, other than the whole Batman, Robin, and Talia debacle, was Nightwing. The big thing that people did not like, which is the taking out of Tim Drake and putting in of Dick Grayson, I really loved. I know a lot of people were like, odds at it. I don't fucking care. Nightwing, man. Just think of it, Nightwing. I mean, like, I'm a huge Nightwing fan. I mean, like, the main reason as to why I don't bash this movie is because it has things I like. A Batman and Robin, Talia Batman relationship, Deathstroke, Ra's al Ghul ruling over League of Assassins, and Nightwing. Nightwing's just a badass, and the way he is introduced in this movie is just funny as hell. I just love the moment where he just pops right in and attacks Damian Wayne, and he's like, I have your son, Batman. And you see, like, Damian, like, all fucked up, and he's, like, hanging by a street pole, and Dick Grayson's all fucked up from slashes from a sword. Like, it was really badass. I wish they could have shown the entire battle, but I guess the fact that you don't see it makes it funnier, and just makes your mind think of it. But, of course, overall, the whole film goes from beginning to end, obviously leads up to the epic battle between Damian Wayne and Deathstroke. Deathstroke steals Talia, kidnaps her, tortures her, all that whatnot, and then of course has his own, you know, diabolical plan, but of course leads Damian Wayne to go and attack him alone, and of course they go out in all-out battle. Of course Batman already knows this, so he goes to, of course, help bring backup to Damian Wayne. And of course, Damian Wayne and Deathstroke go all out, and it's pretty badass. I do admit the fighting in this movie is pretty badass. Between Damian and Deathstroke, they don't hold back. They definitely want to just brutally kill each other. Like, there's moments where I was like, Jesus Christ, I can't believe he's about to just kill this kid, you know. But it's pretty fucking epic, and I do love, you know, Batman's little fight with Deathstroke. It kind of shows that no matter how cool Deathstroke is, you can't beat the Bat. You just cannot beat the Bat, man. You can't. But it's still pretty cool. And of course, Damian's set with the crossroads. He doesn't know where to end it. Of course, he has Deathstroke beaten, but he doesn't know how to finish it. You know, he's thinking of like an ultimatum. You know, like, should he go this way or this way? And of course, the epic finale leads up to him deciding that it's better to do it the way of his father, which of course is the Batman, the code of the Batman, to not kill. And he decides not to kill Deathstroke, which is really fucking cool. And of course they all leave, a happy ending, just sets. Talia decides to leave Damian with Batman, and Batman vows to make Damian a good hero and a true warrior, and then Talia leaves. And it just has a really good backlit, and just ends as there, with a good one-liner, which I didn't think was necessary, but ending good nonetheless. Overall, this movie was really good. I really appreciate it. I know a lot of people bashed it for it being different from the official storyline, but overall, I really liked it. I give it a good 7.5, mostly based off the fact that it could have been a lot better than it eventually was. But what did you think? Did you enjoy it, love it, or hate it? That's going to be it. Hope you guys enjoyed my little review, and of course, leave a comment on what you thought. Thanks.